Morning, everyone. It's 7:30 here in London, 6:30 in Frankfurt, and we're 30 minutes away from the European Open. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Very early morning in obviously Latin America and North America. But hope you're all well. Obviously, a monumental week ahead. Zelensky, Trump, and many European leaders meet today in the White House. Obviously, Zelensky's brought his, has been offered to bring his team together. Markets are generally positive following um, Trump and Putin's meeting on Friday in Alaska. Very much Putin deemed and seemed to be the winner. He's not given anything away at the moment. He's invaded a sovereign country, and it looks like he may be getting rewarded for it. The chatter over the weekend, Saturday, and the key weekend press. The president didn't actually say anything. Trump didn't say anything directly to the press, but the analysts are talking about this idea that we're going to go to a full, not ceasefire, but full peace deal, which obviously plays into Putin's hands again as well. Big worries about security in Europe. Hence the Europeans going there. Macron's going to be there. Starmer from the UK is going to be there. The head of the Finnish government is going to be there. Ursula von der Leyen is going to be there, and obviously Macron and Merz from Germany as well. So significant contingent from Europe backing Zelensky up. And overnight, we've had reports out of Ukraine of 3 deaths in the Kherson region. So the war continues to move on. Trump seems obsessed with the idea of getting the Nobel Peace Prize, and so he's pushing forward on that. Rather complimentary around Putin, both on Friday. There was no actual press conference. There was statements, didn't take any questions, didn't actually answer any of the shouted questions from his compliant North American US press either. So, yeah, all to play for today, Monday. Big day geopolitically. Will we see the foundations of the beginning of this horrid war or not? Zelensky is not giving up ground, not giving up territory as his opening position. Chatter today, though, interestingly, that Zelensky might actually not talk in English. There was talk over the weekend by a number of analysts saying that he got caught out that pincer movement by Vance and the rest of the gang and Trump in front of the American very positive US president press. They filtered out all the non-believers in that press corps. It's not his first language, clearly. So we'll see how all that plays out. But obviously, Zelensky will have something to say today. But they're on their way to Washington currently. So everything in play again. So as far as the marks are concerned, I've started here with the Nikkei. Let me just make myself a wee bit smaller. But guys, as usual, if there's anything you want to talk about in particular, let me know. Let me just let you know. Hold on. Discord group and my friends over on my WhatsApp gang. So welcome to the European Open. We'll have a look at the DAX and the FTSE in a minute and the European indexes. But overnight, as we start the new trading week 34 of 2025, I think it is, week 34, 35, I can't remember off the top of my head. But the Nikkei and other Asian markets have hit new all-time highs. So 43,800 has been breached here on our derivatives of the Nikkei, the JPN 225. So on Friday, markets closed negatively. Well, it's a bit mixed, but S&P was down 18 points. So the Nasdaq was off 88 points, and the Dow was up 34 points. The second quarter earnings season has been much better than expected. There's obviously driven by the mega cap tech stocks. And let me just bring in the Nikkei while I'm talking stocks. Let's just bring in the S&P. So there's that new all-time high we had here on opening in opening trades in Europe. Here, this is the 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock candles in Europe. Then we descended all day We had been long this position from the 6th of August, the S&P 500. We'd ramped up, got through our target one area on the 12th, so it was a long-term hold. And then we just moved up our stop loss quite tightly to the all-time high, which we'd seen here on Friday, and we recoiled quite significantly ahead of Trump meeting Putin. And so the S&P was down on Friday, but we've closed out that position completely. And we had a really good week last week. We were up 717 points and 35. Most of that points-wise was from the stock markets, Nasdaq. Like the S&P here contributing something like 400 of those points. But percentage-wise, we were still up 2.36%, which is a really, really good week. And we're up also in August so far, something like 800 points. I think we were up 100 and odd points the first week. So these are end-of-day trades that I produce on our Discord group here. So if you go to our Discord group, under trading strategies, I put these up not every single night, but most nights. If there's a trade on my end of day system, I've got two end of day systems. One is a sort of set and forget, another one I manage a bit more. So when it says also here, can you see that? Hope you can see that. When I say also here, I'll just zoom this. It's bigger, can't you? These are more managed, and I check these first thing in the morning. So this was Thursday night's trades, and we got 10 open at the moment. We've got two Kiwi yen trades open, and the rest are all here. And we took some more on Friday night. The system triggered with short Aussie yen, short dollar yen, interestingly, and short Euro Swiss. Which is one I don't often trade, but it triggered, so we take the position on Friday night. So there's about 10 positions open altogether, and we'll go through all of those later if anyone's interested. So let's just have a quick look at the markets again. So stocks, futures are generally bouncing a wee bit from Friday's close. As I said, where was I? I've lost my position now. Stock markets were down. So 6449.8 was the key. So we were under 6,450 on Friday's close for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq 100, the full Nasdaq closed at 21,624. But as I said, the earnings season has been very good this week. It's the retailers. So we got Walmart, Lowe's, Target, and Home Depot. See how the consumer is doing. Particularly Walmart, obviously the world's biggest retailer, or the North America's biggest retailer, and obviously Home Depot and Target will be also key to see how the US consumers do. Remember, they've held up incredibly well. So stocks relatively positive this morning. If we just have a look at the DAX this morning. So where are we? Well, this last hour we've been down. So we're down into the opening trades of the session. We're still 20 minutes away from the cash open. So we opened positively here. See, this is the hourly chart. We'll come down to the 5-minute market in a minute. So we've been positive in the Asian session, obviously getting lifted. Futures getting lifted on the back of the positivity out of Japan in particular. The other thing that's eased is the expectation of more sanctions on Russia. If anything, Trump's rhetoric was that it seems to be easing. So oil has continued its decline. Come to oil in a minute, but so the DAX down significantly in this hour. There's been no. It's a relatively quiet week, save the minutes from the Fed on Wednesday, and then Trump, and then Powell's significant speech from Jackson Hole on Friday. Obviously, geopolitics and the wider market is taking over things today. So there's no actual German data that will have pulled the DAX down in particular. That's just a correction into the opening trade. So interesting that where we've gone under the 50-hour moving average, which is relatively negative. It might be a simple test in low volumes in this third week of August of how strong these holders are. Because as you can see here, last time we went into the 50-hour moving average here on Thursday. We bounced off it quite significantly. But the last time we went under it here on the hourly chart, back on the 11th, last Monday, we came down really quite aggressively, came back and then down again and tested the 24,000 level before we rallied for the rest of the week and given some of that back into Friday's close. So we're down. So by having been up in the Asian session, we're down in this immediate hour. So if we come back to our sort of 5-minute time frame, or the sort of 5-minute time frame to try and trade the open, you can see we've been there's our open. That was our so Friday's close we're back into. So we're back to there. So we've been, let's say, positive big, but see the down candles, even in this 5-minute time frame, the bodies of the down candles are bigger than the bodies of the up candle. You see that, and then there's a big blowout here right on 7 o'clock. Really, as the so that's 7 o'clock here in London. It's 8 o'clock in Frankfurt. Still an hour before kickoff, if you like. But the London traders are usually at the desk by about 6:30. So that's the opening trade. So we're going to put that as our high of the day so far. That opening parry, clearly no buyers here on these short time frames, and big down candle here, and then the confirmation through here at 7:10. You can see what's happened here. It's obviously in retrospect, but you could see that's a strong, and then we had even more selling into 7:15, and then we found a low round about here. So we are short here. This system would have triggered short here. Actually, let's just move that one because of where the system would have triggered short. So it'd have been sort of sideways, very sort of would have been quite a big negative one there. It's been sold. That's been sort of bought back. Then it's gone long here, and then that would have been closed out and then returned short. So the system here, this crossing moving average strategy here for the DAX ahead of the open. Remember, this is ahead of the open, but that's our pre-market high. Our pre-market low, we're still with 15 minutes to go. We are just pushing, so we're pushing low. So this could all reverse quite quickly on open. It may not, we may continue. So at the moment we're short with our stop loss roundabout here. So we're already in the money to kick off the new trading week. So that would have been short from there. Let's have a look. Let's just put this on for you. So we're short there. And my stop loss now, probably probably halfway between this candle here. So this is our current candle, which we can't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles back. The high of that is up here, but it still looks. I'd be a bit more aggressive and have my stop loss there around about 24,384.68, having got in at 24,413. So we're sort of 20 points into the money. Take the spread off. Which is 1 or 2 points at the moment, and a nice start to the week. Short in the DAX at the moment. Let's just stick on the volumes in as well. We can see how the volumes are going to tick up. Now remember, these are not market volumes. These are volumes from our liquidity providers. I can't spell volumes on here. So you can see how the volume is picking up as the traders actually get to their desk. So this is a significant move. So the combination of volume and candle size, added to the shortness, if you like, of that, and then this break, this new low through the Asian session. So 2 o'clock we were down here. I said there's that 10 past 7 confirmation of the new low here at 10 past 7 into the opening prices on open in Asia. So we're short, added to it probably there, and I'd say our stop loss, I didn't actually put it in, did I? My stop loss here on this 5-minute time frame will be just there below the 20-minute. Actually, let's leave it at the 20-minute or the 20 period moving average. So that's our short, that's our stop position. Let's make that red, so we know that's later on. See how that is that red? Make that red. Make that. So we don't, because we're getting all our that bright green for go. So go was green, red's our stop loss, and we're in the money at the moment, and we're moving low. So I might just pull that a bit lower again to the top of those candles there, because that candle's completed. This could really, guys, this could really reverse quite aggressively on the open, but you can see the highest volume here, still 20 minutes before the cash market opens. Trades going through for the beginning of the week, off the books potentially. So that's our high for the day. This is our low for the day. So what do we want to look now? Well, let's just go up a tick, a couple of time frames, and look at our lows here into close or on Friday's low. So the low on Friday, it's not Friday's low. Yeah, so Friday's low was this area here. So we're going to put another line in here for Friday's low and see if we can actually either test that. Test that in today, and it's looking that way, isn't it? So the positivity of the day. So that's if we get to that, I would take some a risk off the table of the price we got in here at 24,400. So we're very much in the money at the moment. There's our stop loss. It doesn't look like that's a changed color, did it? No, we had to change the color of that. So we want to make that a red color. There we are. That's our stop loss. Okay, so green is our entry, red is our stop loss. That's our potential target, the low from Friday. Maybe a bit too much. The hourly candle close was there, and we've already hit that. So I may have taken some profit off that on an hourly basis, but that's the ultimate low from Friday. So that's the first low being tested already ahead of the open. Let's go back to our 5-minute time frame. So there we go. That's our target area, 24,323. Whether it plays out or not, we shall see in the next few minutes. Obviously, the pushing it down pre-market is quite possible that will bounce. Remember, the area we got to was that hourly low from Friday as well, which is easily 5-minute lows. But the end of our low was a bit where we've already got to. So we've bounced off that currently. But on a wee bit of lower volume. So we're down, retrace, down again. See the red candles remain the biggest of the pair. So nicely in the money on that one. Elsewhere, I mean, I don't tend to trade the FTSE on an opening basis. I will trade the DAX and the S&P 500. Just have a look at the Dow. So the Dow is doing the same thing, and that's gone short here. Long here, that's the first short there at 510. Interestingly, here on this 5-minute time frame. So the Dow was giving up some of its gains here at 5 o'clock, and again, same principle. Opening we down into close. So that was a negative close. See the big volumes here. There's our opening parry, and there's our new low of the day. We hit. What was that? That was also 10 past 7. So obviously these are futures markets, derivatives, shaking off the highs of Nikkei. So that would have been short there. I would have added to the position certainly there if I'd normally in about 7 o'clock. So that would have triggered an interesting short position for me here on the Dow as well. Obviously bigger numbers, but the percentage targets are bigger. The stop losses are bigger. So overall, it's all about percentages, remember, guys. So that's our green for go. Our stop loss initially would have been up here somewhere, and again, that's a target. That's a target from the other day, isn't it? It's interestingly, so we've already gone through that. But again, Friday's low, interestingly here, has been breached already on the Dow. So that might seem I would have happy to have taken some profit off the table. In fact, I would have taken some profit off the table. This had been live. I'm not sorry to say it now, but that would have been my initial target, the low on Friday, which we've taken out here on the Dow. But see how quickly we've come back to it here ahead of the cash open. Obviously, the cash open is in London and Frankfurt. So let's just go back there. But that's very much in the money. So 44,966 would have been our entering target. Our stop loss would be round about here currently, and our target would have been. I might, to be honest, because that was a target from on an end of day base, I might have actually taken some off at that T1 level there because it's still on there. But certainly I would have had this low here. See how that's also coinciding with the high volumes on this short time frame. So I would have had some a target there at 44. 894. So a little over, what's that now? 70 sort of points on the Dow. I mean, it's not massive, but it's all right to start the Monday morning positively, isn't it? So half of that position would have been taken off, and we'd still be short ahead of the open, which might, as I say, it might all reverse, but there's no real data. We'll be waiting for news. So keep your news channels hot and open. The morning brief from Reuters.com, so it captures things really nicely. Geopolitics dominates before Fed takes center stage. We can't argue with that. Interesting chatter on some of the more outrageous websites saying that this was a Putin body double that went to Alaska. It wasn't really Putin. It was definitely Trump. They say it might not have been Putin. But yeah, how Zelensky and the Europeans deal with Trump, we shall see. Obviously, they need the Americans online, the Ukrainians, much weaker power than obviously the invading Russian army, but 20% plus Crimea. The Russians occupy at the moment, and he even said he wanted some more regions that he hasn't taken. In I think it was Donetsk, wasn't it? Zelensky's not having any of that. So how hard Zelensky plays with Trump sort of talking very favourably about Putin over the weekend, we shall see. So let's just go back to our trading positions. So the DAX. I say we're in the money. We haven't got to that. We didn't get to that Friday low yet on the DAX, have we? Hourly chart. No, there's that was our low, wasn't it? But that was the hourly. Oh no, it was there, wasn't it? We did get to the hourly close, but not the extended close. But we're still down here and opening trades. About to come across the terminal in the next few minutes. If you've got a standard account, guys, remember this is a close period. Not close period yet. If the 58, so 2 minutes. If I put this in there, so that's if you want to trade the news, you need a Pro or an Express account. But that's the window. This 4-minute window here, guys, between 2 minutes before the cash open here at 8 o'clock. And the 2 minutes after, so 8:02, so 7:58 to 8:02 here on my time. Obviously, wherever you are in the world and whatever the how you've ever got your time frame set up. But as you can see here, even on the 2 minute, we're still short. It would have gone short a bit later here on the 2 minute there. It would have gone short 2 minutes past 7. And there's no news, so this is the major opening. Having said that, I'm saying you can't trade this time frame. I have to double check that because it's major news. This isn't major news. This is the normal opening of the day. I should know that the rules on that. I will ask on Discord. Actually, I should know that, shouldn't I? Somebody tell me what the rules are here. Can we? Does the 4-minute rule for standard accounts apply to the open of the stock markets? I'll ask that later. Okay, I'll ask my boss that later. I should know that. Get rid of that. Later, I should know that, shouldn't I? Sorry, boss. But anyway, we're still in the money. Okay, so if we have to close this out at 58, we will. And 2 minute traders, let's say long, short from here, a bit higher. The 5 minute traders, which is probably as low as I go, to be honest. It's just habit. But if you want to trade this on a minute, I know a lot of you trade the minute time frames in and out with your ITC approach to trading, and again that would have gone short technically for me there at 7:03, so even a minute later. So the 2 minute is when it's 7:02. The 5 minute has gone at 7:10, 7:05, 7:10, and here comes the volumes coming in now. Interesting volume peak there at 1:45. Also, so Let's see how we bang on the open. So where's my stop loss here? If I was trading this in a minute, I'd have to, I'd have to stop loss a bit tighter, obviously, at the 50 period. 20 period looks, it's held, hasn't it? But this might be this might reverse really, really quickly. So I would expect a bit of volatility. Might be a bit too close, but I'm, as just trading the minute candles. I'm still following the rules. I would have been out here as it's closed above the 9 period, and then I would have gone short again. Not until, in fact, I would have gone short there. They haven't crossed, but we're back under the 20 period, so I'd have been short there at 7:35. Short, 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 short. Out here, short again there, and we're still short. No, what am I talking about? We haven't got over the 20, so we'd have gone short there. So we'd have been in and out on the 1 minute, taken all of this. This would have retraced, looked like we were going to go long, reversed immediately, stopped out and gone short on that back under the 9 period, gone short there when we're back under the 20 here, and we're still short out there, and re-shorted there because we haven't gone back over the 20, and we've gone back. The moving average has gone down again. So again, we're still short. So there's a bit of 3 minutes to go. Again, there's not a lot of news moving this, but we are in the money. Let's just have a look at, let's flip out of this because we know what we're doing here. We look at the majors. Dollar remains under pressure. Aussie is back to 65.10. But seeing some, sorry, let's go to the hourly chart. But seeing some tad recovery as we started the new week. Obviously, geopolitics, safe haven on the dollar. The risky asset, Aussie, under a little bit of pressure. But say the fact that we're back at, particularly the daily, back at 65, the bid on the dollar is still under pressure. So you can see we've had this big move down for the positive for the dollar, then the weakness of the dollar. Worry last week a bit, but we're back to the key 65 level for the Aussie, so it's relatively well bid as well. Euro 116.95 ahead of the meeting, 117 upside target, and obviously top of our channel here at 118. Sterling 135.50 range as well, so holding the key 135 last week into close, up on Friday and down a tad this morning. Yen 147.40. I think we got dollar yen. We've got some yen. We'll go through all our positions later on as well. But here we are. We're going into the open, my friend. So let's go back to the indexes and our favourite one of all, the DAX, here for the opening position. Let's go back to the minute chart. There's a lot of you trade that. I don't know if there's anybody here. Is anybody here this morning? Chat. I've got a chat box here. Christian said, "Morning, Stuart. Any info why gold whipsawed so much overnight?" It's just, I would say, Christian, there's no news, but it's this idea that, remember, China, Russia, massive holders of gold. So if the pressure's coming off Russia, certainly if we look at the oil market, we'll come back to I'll come back to your gold question, Christian, in a minute. Let's just see what the actual DAX is doing here at open. So the 8 o'clock candle is the next one. We're down. Remember the low of the day we've already sort of put in. So we've tested that. So we bounced off as we might expect. So our minute trader, nearly got stopped out there, but we're still in that on the opening trades there. So we're still in the money. Let's see how the volatility of the opening positions close. It will probably have a go at taking that. So we were above that 50-minute moving average, and it's kept us short in the market. Let's have a look at the Dow also will obviously react to the European opening trades, but interesting to see how the volume candle compares to the high of that 743 one here on just down here on these minute charts. So again, still short here, still in the money. DAX is holding at the moment. There we are. So the pressure remains to the downside. So our target is much closer now, and this will be So this, remember what this was? This was the close. This was the low. See how big the volume is there on my minute charts. We just you can see where we got this 24,323 from, guys. It was from the low, the hourly chart and the hour this low we got to on Friday when we came down very aggressively. So there's lots and lots of selling from this 24,500 level here for the DAX into Friday afternoon. The uncertainty of Putin meeting. So our target's been hit. Thanks very much. So we would have closed half of it there, and I'm happy to close some of the position there on target one. So 80% probably off, or 50%, depending how we worry this. But just because we've gone through Friday's low doesn't necessarily mean that selling is finished. So where do we go below that? So we go further back to the Asian session on Thursday, and next level down is quite a long way away, isn't it? So you can see there's a little bit of congestion through this line here, through these hourly candles here. So the next level below where we are now, which is 23,400, 23,300. Remember, that's a big round number. Could be some significant, auto trading numbers set there at 24,300. There undoubtedly will be. But the next level you see here on the hourly charts is that 24,230, or just below at 24,229 to the downside. So I'm happy to keep this position. It looks like that stop loss being taken out according to that. Okay, it was, wasn't it? 5 minute trade. We missed something. We must have so we got to target and then it's revert. Let's just check that one out. That's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Let's just, what happened there? It didn't get to. There's our stop loss. It didn't actually get to. It looks like on the higher time frames it didn't. But so on our minute, the spread might have. No, the spread is really tight. So no, we're still short this. There's our target one taken out. So you got in here at 24,445. We've got out here at 24,320. I'm in the money. It's not even 8:05. It's Monday morning. Thank you very much. I've had a good Monday so far. I can walk away, cash in the bank. But at the moment, why give up? Not from a greed point of view, but the trend is with you. Guys, the trend is with you. I'm leaving some of this on. I pull my stop loss down for the rest of the market to that minute chart, isn't it? So I'm happy to just bring it above the 50. Remember what happened before? We reversed aggressively to the 50, but I'm still short. Again, 10-minute traders, 5-minute traders. We'll be looking at the open, and it's gone negative. I didn't actually mark it on, did I? So that's a stop loss area. It's at 24,200. We said, didn't we, on the hourly chart? And I can't remember what we said. I didn't actually mark it on, did I? So the hourly from Thursday, the congestion area was this one, wasn't it? We were talking about 24,300, which we've tested into according to this chart. So that would be the next level down. So that has already been tested. We've gone through Friday's low. Thank you very much. So that's the next level, 24,300, which we've gone to as well. So those two extended positions would have been taken out. The much more difficult target is just above where that stop loss is there at 24,230. So I'll just leave that. Let's pull that up to there. So that's an area for later today, potentially to the downside. But again, you can see as an hourly trader there, the 8 o'clock open. It's a big engulfing negative candle, taking out all the gains of the Asian session and testing within 5 minutes of the second hour of the open of the big European Open, the lows of Friday. So, in fact, that wasn't the lows. What am I talking? The lows of the close of Friday is what the area was on. Actual Friday low was. I'm talking rubbish, aren't I? Oh no, that's the 14th was Thursday. It was Friday's low. So just doesn't matter what time when it was. It was the candles are the key thing. So at 24,300 levels being breached, 24,280 also tested. So that extended short has been hit as well. But more importantly, I would trade the 5-minute time frame. We're still short from this 7 o'clock initial candle, and then, as we said, the bigger candle here at 7:15, taking out the this zone here from the closing wrap ups on Friday. So there's the gap on open filled immediately here. Again, gap traders will be aware of that, and that's what's happened here. That's what's caused that push lower. But we're still interesting. On that 5-minute chart, that looks like that's taken out our stop loss. So there's vagrancies of the charts, guys. Obviously, as we saw in the 1 minute time frame. Oh, there we are. It has actually taken it out now. Very interesting. Or did we move that down afterwards? I can't remember. Anyway, we're in the money, whatever it is. We either got that amount, or I mean, I'm sure when we were looking at that, we got that amount, didn't we? To our target. But there we go. So in the money to start the day. Right, Christian. Sorry, I don't know if you're still here, my friend. That was 58 with 8 minutes left. Let's look elsewhere. So let me just let me go to gold, because you've asked about gold, haven't you? So gold, the whipsawiness, but again, here it's 1 minute. Let's just go back to the hourly time frame. Actually, let's go. Where are we on gold? Well, it's all over the place. Look at this. It's just choppy as buggery. I'm not. It's not for me at the moment. We're flat. We're bid. We went to 3,400 last week. We still supported significantly by 3,500. This is 3,300. It was rejected, but we're still well above the 3,300 level. And here on an end of day basis, we haven't closed below this 3,330 zone or 3,335 zone. Been below it this morning, interestingly. But as we said last week, the CPI and the PPI lows were tested. We went to test them again on Friday, and then we've been under it this morning. So it's just the uncertainty around what may happen in the next few weeks with regard, particularly, obviously, what's going on in Ukraine. So it's getting a little bit of a lift this morning. Again, I don't know what's caused that. 1 o'clock this morning, some Asian buys. It corresponds with the high in the Nikkei in the Asian markets. But remember, China are big players in the gold market, and Russia still playing in the gold market despite the sanctions. So on a higher time frame, the hourly time frame, it's been drifting low Friday. We drifted low early. Sorry, this is Friday, isn't it? Interestingly, pork new lows there. I didn't notice that on Friday, but that was new lows for the week here this morning on opening trade. So we tried to go low. So there's clearly been buyers, Christian, is how I'm analysing this, at this these PPI and C. So the significant data points last week, PPI, ironically, was more significant because it was such a big, warm, hot number than CPI. But there's clearly buyers at that level. This level here, this low here, 3,331 zone. So there's buyers here at 3,330, 3,335, and that's lifted us this morning. But it hasn't given enough of an impetus to take us over the hugely psychological 3,350. So we need to break over that and hold it significantly. See here on the hourly chart, there's 3,350, literally where we are now. Sorry, 3,360 that is, isn't it? That's 3,350. So we're over it, but we come back to it immediately. So this is a key pivot area today. It's positive because we're over the 20-hour and the 50-hour moving average. So a big support there at 3,343 here on an hourly basis. If you guys, you're trading this gold market, but 3,350 resistance to the upside. Where we are now at 360, and then this high we got on Thursday Asian session, which sits at 3,369, so 370. So in round numbers, 3,370, 3,360, 3,350 are the numbers to look forward to today. To the upside, to the downside, we need to bridge 3,343. You can see that where that 20-hour and the 50-hour moving averages are. That should be positive, potentially net positive if we go through there. Obviously, big support at 3,350. three, if you like, all the threes, double three, 3,330 is where the buyers are from the CPI, the PPI, and this morning breach of that. Interesting where the volumes are here, isn't it? For 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. That's 2 o'clock London time. That's the bullion closing as well. So our price has been set for the day around there. So yeah, moving up. You see it's August. We're relatively low volumes. So that's my take on gold, Christian. Whether it right or wrong, I'd be this strategy would have been long from 2 o'clock on the completion of this candle. Stop loss would have been around the low of the day. Stop loss is now probably round about here, and we're in the money a little bit on gold. The stop loss at 43.22, and we've poked a high of the day at 33.57. Is that spread? No, I don't know what's that dotted line for? It's a funny. Don't normally do that line, but again, there for a reason. Let's have a quick flick back to the DAX, and then I'm going to go and get some breakfast. I've been here for an hour, nearly an hour, so quick flick at everything else. So I didn't look at crypto over the weekend, but let's have a look at where Bitcoin is, 150. So that's come down quite significantly, hasn't it? So all-time highs last week. I'm sure you're all aware. I don't need me to tell you. To 124,000, 23,000, 124,000 it was, wasn't it? It's just numbers, isn't it? But huge sell-off on the same day. Interestingly, into the 20-day moving average, and we're down again today. It's probably on the dollar bit of risk off the table as stocks have come off as well. But interestingly, into the 50-day moving average, that's really interesting as well. See how we've bounced off that every time in this last big rally here from the end of June to the beginning of August. Interesting point for Bitcoin, some cash and profits being taken off the table. Watch that one for the rest of the week. So that's our big support area here, 115,000, where the 50-day moving average is. So a down day, down weekend. We look at the hourly charts, guys. Obviously, weekend volumes are much lower, guys. But there on the opening of the Asian session, cash session, we were short. In fact, it went short there, and it was still didn't actually trigger. Actually, no, it would have closed you out there. That's a losing trade, but then that's short there at 1 o'clock, and that's in the money here from a sideways action again. New lows, and then see what I'm saying about when we have a congestion level or a sideways action, a channel, we need to break it significantly for it to follow through, and that's exactly what happened there here on the hourly chart for Bitcoin here at 2 o'clock this morning. We had a channel sideways, flat moving averages turned down initially here at 12 o'clock, consolidated at 1 o'clock, didn't break the bottom of the channel, and then we followed through with more selling. And so you could have gone short. If you missed that short there, here you would have added to your position, or certainly opened your position there at 116,333, another 333, and $1,000 to the good at the moment. So Bitcoin down for the day, and watch that 50-day moving average, guys, for Bitcoin. Ethereum's the other one that's been really. I don't really talk about it much, but it's still on a break. Big volumes here, and again, similar pattern to Bitcoin as you might expect. The break there also at 2 o'clock, following the initial break at midnight. The reversal of the uptick into the new trading week, and then down quite significantly. But again, the daily chart still looks very, very robust. For Ethereum, more so than Bitcoin, the 20-day moving average is there at 4,095. So it's over the $4,000 level for Ethereum. Next big support is through here. This pivot high there at 33825, and then the 50-day is that support zone there at 3493. So call it 3500 is the major support now for Ethereum. Who would have thought I'd be saying that, my friends? Wow. Okay. Energy's gold. I was saying oil is very much in play given the lack of further sanctions on Russia. So we broke out of the box we were monitoring last week, or end of last week. and moved lower last week. So the next support area is here at $62 for US oil as we continue to track lower. A break above 65 is required as the 20-day moving average comes down to support. So we've been short here this on a different strategy. I don't share it with you on the oil markets, so nobody trades it, but that's been short since the 4th of August. We added on the break of the box here on the 7th, and we've got our stop loss just above the 20-day moving average, just above 65.55, I think it is, on the other strategy. So oil, we remain short. Currently looking for 62 again, and then again, quite a lot of fresh air down to 58, but $60 is the next stop if 62 breaks. For the oil market, my hour is up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at what the DAX has done. We have we bounced or not? You can see it down there for red. So we've got our 5-minute chart. I'm not convinced of that being taken out. But anyway, so where did we get to? We have got our low of the day is currently here on our 5-minute chart. It's 24,277. I'm going to argue we're still short because that came in afterwards. We didn't see that happen, did we, guys? Our stop, but we may have been stopped out. Would I have re-entered? Not in a short position, not when I've been trading the open. So the open, where are we? We're still only, it's only the first 15-minute candle has been plotted for longer term traders. But again, if he'd got a 15-minute trader, wouldn't have had his stop loss that close, obviously. He would have had it above the 20 here. So he's still short from the 7 o'clock trigger short there. So that's what I'm saying. These higher time frames, you have bigger targets, bigger stop losses, but it's a bit calmer because you're not getting caught up in the volatility of the news. But again, you can see there on that 15-minute time frame how big the range was on the opening first 15 minutes. But you can see there nice and clearly that is still down. The 30-minute trader equally big down candle, 7 to 7:30, closing the gap on the open. And there's that low of the closing range on Friday, taken out in this opening salvo or for Monday morning. And you can see where that range was there with the 13 minutes. So it's all about time frames, guys. As I say, 5-10 minutes, job done by 8:05, wasn't it? I can go off and have my breakfast quite nicely, knowing that strategy would have traded for me and would be in the money. Okay. I will see you tomorrow for Canadian CPI at 12:15. As I say, relatively quiet week economic data-wise. Obviously, big meeting today. I don't know the time scales. Just watch your news feeds. Very, very significant. Tomorrow, we've also got it's overnight on Tuesday night, isn't it? So Canadian CPI will be live for tomorrow, all things being equal. I may get called away actually this week. My dad's not too well at the moment, so I may have to change things at last minute, but I will obviously let you know. RBNZ likely to cut rates again to another 25 basis points on Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, depending where you are in the world. Watch the Chinese announcement as well. That may shock them. Maybe looking to stimulate. It's unlikely, but we'll see. Watch that. Also on early on Wednesday morning. Later on, Lagarde speaks before she goes off to Jackson Hole. European CPI also on early on Wednesday, and then the Fed minutes, the dissenters meeting, if you like, where Collins and Bowman talked about wanting to cut in July. But you really make an unusually interesting reading of the minutes on Wednesday. So again, we'll be live for that on Wednesday. The Jackson Hole Symposium, which is the Kansas Fed meeting of minds. It's not just the Fed meeting, and all the world's leading bankers will be there in the wilds of Wyoming. Kicks off on Thursday, and the key event Thursday is obviously those jobless numbers, which remain remarkably solid, and the Philly Fed. But the the key event of the week is Fed Powell, Chair Powell's speech, 2 o'clock GMT, Universal Standard Time on Friday. The tone will probably be the same. We're data dependent, blah 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 blah. We've had our July meeting. There's no meeting in August. Obviously, September the 17th is the next announcement. And if we look at the FedWatch tool, it's like 85% chance of a rate cut. There we are, 84.8. It's come down a wee bit. If we look at what it was, in fact, this is a week ago. It was 85.9, but in between, it's been as high as 90 odd percent. So virtual. It's not guaranteed that when it's 85%. This is real, cash in the market, guys. This is still a 15% chance currently today of a no cut, but that's looking not nailed on, but it's looking very, very likely that they will move in September. He's unlikely to say that on Friday, but if he's obviously more hawkish, will move the opposite way. More dovish will move conversely. But if we look to the next meeting, October, currently the end of October, remember, so there's quite a lot of data to get through. We've got through the volatile September and October period before they meet October the 29th. They might even know by then who the new Fed chair will be, so and how independent the Fed is going to be. But you can see the current rate here. There's only a 6% chance of it still being at where we are now, to the 425 to 450 rate, and a 50% chance, or virtual 50% chance, of having a full 50 basis points cut by the end of October. So, people like Collins and Bowman, if their voices are heard more, the shortlist is looking very, very Trump favourable for the Fed. Obviously, he appoints him, so he's not necessarily just a yes man, but they need some credibility with the markets as well. Otherwise, that goes out the window. So that's key on Wednesday with the minutes and Powell's speech on Friday. Right, it's 25 minutes past 8 here in the morning, and I need my porridge. So have a great day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow for the review of the European data, but obviously all the fallout. Keep your ears posted for Zelensky and the European leaders meeting with Trump later today. Very, very critical, probably the most important day in the 3.5-year war, that the invasion that Russia did into Ukraine, sovereign territory. And lots of people, unfortunately, have died in the consequence, and even people died overnight in Ukraine as the war grinds on. So take care. I hope you're well. Be good, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. All the best, everyone.